feel like we are getting to know the Houston airport very intimately, as we have spent a number of hours waiting for flights that never come.
Welcome back. So we last left you in Japan, and honestly we got a lot of angry comments that we didn't finish our journey. We're trying to get to Cancun, and it's like on the heels of a giant airline meltdown. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we figured we got yelled at a lot because we didn't finish that video. We thought y'all would think it's like repetitive, like, oh, they missed another flight, but apparently y'all are into this. So we're gonna show you what it's really like.
So, we thought Japan was crazy, but these last few days, airports have just been like the Wild West. It's cancellations, delays, all over the place. So this is when flying standby gets really difficult because everything is at like 0 or overbooked, and it could be really bad for us, but it could also be really good for us because it sounds really bad if there's 0 seats in the plane or like -6, you know, are we gonna get on? Probably not. But it could create a situation where other travelers can't get to their connecting flight, which then would free up a spot on the plane for us. If somebody is flying to Cancun and they can't get to Chicago, that could be good for us. Irregular operations, like what we've been experiencing the last few days, can be good, but it can also be very bad. So we're gonna find out today if it's good for us or bad for us.
So this next flight that we're gonna try to catch is a flight to Houston, but it was delayed. So because it got delayed, they moved people off of it. So there are theoretically some seats on it. But then we've noticed in the last like 5 minutes, they've started to put a few more people on the plane. So I don't know how this is gonna shake out. We're gonna go down in like 15, 20 minutes to check it out, see what happens. Your guess is as good as mine, but even if we get this flight, we still have to contend with getting to Cancun, which is a whole other bag of wax. So
Millie looks very displeased. It's early, girl. It's early in the day. We still have options.
there's lots of choices. There's so many choices.
Okay, we made it on the Houston flight, even seats together nonetheless, so we're gonna board, but that's only half the battle because then we still have to get to Cancun from Houston. So let's at least get the first leg down and we'll go from there.
As Michael Jordan says, you miss 100% of the flights you don't try to take. He said that.
That was nice, Nick.
Now there's also a flight in Cancun, to Cancun, that's delayed that we're trying to get to. Now that one I don't think is gonna happen. You know, we have 7 minutes to go, 10 gates from C2 to C12 in Houston. I don't know that that's gonna happen. We're gonna hustle off and see. Otherwise, it's gonna be a waiting game. We have like 4 hours to kill in Houston, so we'll hit some priority pass stuff to kill the time, which if you're a standby person is the best investment you could ever make. But for now, Millie's taking a nap, so I'm gonna let her sleep and stop talking right in her face, and then I'll catch back up.
Well, we've landed in Houston, and apparently the gate agent called our name for the Cancun flight, which was our connecting flight from Houston. There were seats on it, but our flight from Chicago didn't land with enough time in order to make the Houston to Cancun flight. The door was closed, so we didn't make it. Now we have a 5-hour wait to see if we're gonna get on the next flight, which it's been all over the place. At 1 second it had 0 seats, then it had 5 seats, now it has -7 seats. So, I mean, it's just really not looking great, but we're gonna keep rolling. Since we can't get to Mexico, it's the next best thing, which just happens to be a margarita at the airport Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Can you
Cheers to Miss White.
I don't even know what's going on.
Doesn't even know what's going on because it changes from minute to minute.
All I know is that we're at a Mexico restaurant.
Not in Mexico though, in Houston. But we're gonna hopefully be in Mexico soon, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your eyebrows?
I don't know, just being funny with them.
This is what happens when we sit in the airport for this long. We go a little bit crazy. Also, check out Everett's nice face mark from falling on the stairs the other day.
Oh.
All right, we didn't get on the 5 p.m. flight, so, well, technically there were 2 seats left. So Millie, Olivia, and I could have just gotten out of here and left Nick and Everett, but we decided to stick around with them. So, which I'm kind of regretting that decision now. Everett's being a little wild. But now we are waiting around. Our next go is in 3 hours and it's the last one of the day, so see what happens. Also, I don't want to sugarcoat this experience. If it seems like our spirits are high, they are not.
Speak for yourself.
We have the whole place to ourselves. Whenever do you have this much room at an airport?
Seems every time we get stuck these days. Okay, so one really good thing about being in the United Clubs is that you can like, they have like gate agents and they're like really cool to talk to, and if they're not busy, they'll give you all the details of the flight. So I just got back from there. The app says right now that there's 4 open seats. Kind of correct. There's 5 open seats.
Is there a bunch of people who are going to miss the flight?
Yeah, 15.
15 people are going to miss the flight?
Yep.
For sure, 100%.
Well, like their flights don't arrive until like 8:05, so I mean, unless this flight gets delayed.
Or they make up some serious airtime. I know you have to like root against people when you're on the standby, and it makes you feel
Hunger
like
Games.
a terrible
Daddy,
person, but it's like it's the only way to survive.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's better than -3, I'll tell you that.
How are your spirits now?
My spirits have been a consistent meh all day. I don't want to be too loud because Everett is being very quiet building over there. I don't want to disturb him.
Headed to the gate. Find out, I think we might have gotten at least a seat. Find out. All right, I think we got seats. We got seats. Right there, getting the bag tags so we can check our stroller and we can get on to Mexico. Yeah, are we, like, I'm so confused, I couldn't understand.
I don't know, we went to get our pink tags for the stroller and they were like, okay, we'll start boarding. We've never been the first on the plane before. It's the small things in life.
Okay, you thought our travel day might be over. We made it to the hotel last night. We made it through customs in Cancun. And it was the plan that we originally chose. But you know what we don't have? We don't have a shuttle. I didn't think we'd be waking up this morning. Oh, yes. Hi. I didn't think we'd be waking up this morning trying to play standby, but with vehicles instead of with planes. So we struck out with like 3 or 4 different transfer places just because of the same day, and it's a Saturday and it's a busy weekend to travel, apparently. Nobody told us that. But I think Brittany might have found one, so we'll find out. So we're gonna go take our shuttle from the hotel to the airport, and then we're gonna go to our next hotel. When you have to make up flight times to just book a shuttle. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Now we're going to the big hotel. The big hotel.
We go down.
This is our connecting shuttle. We're going to go to the airport again, and we're going to connect to another shuttle.
Daddy!
This is so silly. So our route is plane to plane to hotel to shuttle to shuttle. Our last shuttle of the journey. We've been trying to find the shuttle. Brittany spent all morning trying to find one that we could like book same day. And apparently that just doesn't exist right now.
So we made it to our shuttle. What ended up happening was we found a shuttle company it was called Ambar Transfer. So if you get stuck in the same situation as us, they do same day and you can book it like right when you get there, and it'll be ready for you when you get out to where the shuttles are. For us, we had to go from the airport hotel there, but it was ready right when we got there. And we booked it maybe an hour before. So we did 2 flights, 3 shuttles total. 3 shuttles total. And finally we're gonna make it there.
Brittany's already back there like looking at the flights about how it would have turned out. Got to do that for science, just in future learnings.
So the direct flights from Chicago this morning, if we would have waited until our ideal day instead of going a day earlier, I checked it this morning and we would have gotten that flight. But if we went to Houston last night and didn't get on that last flight out, and we had to wait until today, it's like one was minus 24, there were some zeros, some -3s, so it did not look good for us. But we like to do that just for curiosity purposes, but also for science. So we know next time, hey, how did that turn out for us? And then we use that as a data point. Everett, are you in the bulkhead seat? Get out of that room. Made it for us. How many hours later?
What time is it? Noon? So we left at like what, 30 hours?
30 hours?
That's not bad. Oh my god, we've reached like the grabbing stage where she's like...
As you can see, we're on the plane.
We're on the plane, we're first. So this is probably a little confusing, right? We didn't want to end the video, you know, just getting to Cancun. We wanted to like show you coming home.
So it was tight. It was tight coming home.
It was real tight. It was a tough struggle. Well, we bought tickets.
Okay. So this was the first time in
8 years.
8 years since we have actually bought airline tickets.
It was so stress-free.
Standby everywhere, but the flights did not look good, and we had miles, so we went for it.
Let's do it.
We used our miles. Once we got there, it was like we didn't have to check even one time. We
still did check.
We still did check. There are 4 seats available on this plane.
4 seats on this one. There was enough to get to Cleveland, although that would have been a Cleveland overnight.
Mm-hmm. It would have been.
Yes. But we're going home.
We're going home, and we had no stress.
None. No 5 a.m. flight.
No.
Like
just a nice, easy noon flight.
We shouldn't do this often, because I could see how you could get spoiled by this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you paid money for it.
Yes.
So that was our non-rev adventure. Hopefully you enjoyed it a little more this time because we showed you the full experience.
Yeah, right? Don't yell at us anymore. Like, we did it.
But if there's anything you want to see next time that we didn't do this time around, let us know because we'll just keep going.
That was the most adventurous non-adventure. A plan A. Like, it was just... It worked as it should, but it shouldn't.
We had to go early to make it happen, but and it was a tight squeeze with that last flight.
Sure was.
But
we did it.
We did it.
So thanks for watching.
We have a bunch of videos that we've been making since we've been in Mexico, so check those out, or go check out some of our other non-revving videos if you're interested to see how that all works. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.